Alright, Christopher Dobbins here with the Winnebago, my 2004 Bluebird rear engine with a 8.3 Cummins diesel with a CAPS fuel injection pump. So these pumps are notorious for having a bad primer pump. It doesn't have a lift pump, it is a lift pump, but it only primes the engine. So I'm adding this gorgeous industrial or Fass industrial 1.65G. Yeah, 1.65G industrial titanium lift pump. So this will bring positive pressure to the injector pump, and it also separates any water and air out of the fuel, and it's supposed to really help the lift pumps live longer. So something I want to do, that's something I'm doing. This cost me, I think, $750. And with this pump, with this new one, from what they tell me, you do not need to run a dedicated return line. Either tie in here or here, I forget, I have to look in the manual. Return that into your factory return line and you should be good to go. So this runs from here directly into my injection pump. I'm bypassing the old filter and the old injector primer lift pump. My factory filter is to 2 microns, and so is this. This is also to 2 microns, so I didn't see any reason to run them both. I could possibly run a pre-filter at maybe 5 microns before this, but for now I'm not going to. And if I really wanted to, I could run that in this factory location. I'm not going to remove this, I'm going to leave it there. So I could, if I wanted to, run the fuel line into here, put a 5 micron filter, and then run from here into this one. We'll see. So that's where I'm at for now. I have created this bracket because I didn't have anywhere good to just bolt this onto. So I created a bracket out of some metal that was laying down in my yard. And that's the best spot I could find to put it. And it should be easy to service. And that's it for now. I'll come back once I run the fuel lines. Okay, a little tight space here, so I'll get a little close up of my head. I'm tucked down in the engine compartment. But so what I'm doing now is I'm wiring it up. So I've got the wiring harness here that I plugged in, and I'm going to zip tie it all back over here. And then you can see where I tucked it in. There's already a hole there for this black wire, so I widened that hole up and I added some split loom and electrical tape, and I'm gonna also do some RCV there. So that's what this black wire is. Actually, I don't know what that does, but it doesn't really matter. And I found there's an empty fuse spot in my box. I ran that to, I checked the voltage and the key is off, so there's no voltage there. So hopefully there is voltage there when the key is on, but I'll figure that out later. So I use this little block here, and I'm not using the additional spot. I'm just using the top spot. So that's that. And then I checked, and I have constant voltage, and this is ground. So I will just be running these 2 wires to there. And I've got the relay where I'm going to tuck it over here. Yeah, you can see me. I'm going to tuck that over here, and I'm going to tuck the fuse over here with either some small bolts or those little plastic tab things, just to get them out of the way. Zip tie everything up, and then the electrical side of this will be completed. Okay, so you see I ran the red wire to the power, the green wire to the ground, and like I said, I ran this one to the empty fuse block. And you can see that the wire goes out. You know, the current travels in through this one, and then through this one and out that one. You can also use this if I took out a fuse and then I put that fuse in this slot and I stick this in where that old fuse was. But this way works as well. I think. If it doesn't, I'll have to do that later. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing. We'll see. Okay, so that is all wired up. Just have to finish zip tying the wiring harness, and then next will be the fuel lines. Okay, I've run the return line. I'll zip tie that all up. This was provided with the pump, and that's the factory return line. Even though I'm disconnecting this lift pump, I'm going to keep it here to use as the manifold for the return line. Disconnected this. I was going to replace these fuel lines, but I don't think that these are original. They look to be in pretty good shape, so I think I'm just going to leave them for now. And I'm going to tie into here. I got a male-ended fuel line. It'll go over here to the back end of the pump. I have a 90 to go on the back side of there. And then get the fuel line to go from the front of this to loop over to there. And oh yeah, I know I could have run straight off of there, but to get that 90 off I would have had to take this off, and that wasn't working. Got a 90 on the back of here, which I had to buy. That didn't come with the kit. And these fuel lines didn't come with the kit. And run that fuel line to the factory fuel line. I did not replace the factory fuel line like I said I was going to, because it looked like it was in good shape. And just for these short little bits, I spent $100. And I see that there. I shoved an old relay that I had laying around on. I'll probably tape that up a little bit better so that's completely watertight, but that goes on the two wires for the old lift pump. It's the 85 and the 86. So the smaller two, those two wires just hook up to the smaller two on the relay, and that's it. That makes it so the computer thinks there is something there. That's it. And I've got this loose right here, and I'm going to jump this relay and see if I get it pumps. Make a noise. Let's loosen this a little bit more. Make sure that I want to make sure fuel comes dripping out. I'm priming the pump. So I'm just running that. Oh, here's some noise. Here's some fuel. It's a little hard to do with the phone in my hand. Got a ways to go. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I'll tighten that up. So one thing that this does not have is it doesn't have the water indicator. So like the water separator sensor. I'm going to call Fass and see if there is a filter that I could use that would show that. If not, it's not the end of the world. Alright, get that squeeze. And now I'm going to hook this in this way so that This is the load side, or the the 12 volt side running to the load through my fuse. And I just tucked the kit came with extra gaskets. I'm just gonna stick those in there for storage. And that's it. That's how you do that. Okay. I just have to say okay every time I hit play. So let's... Okay, I'm going to give it a start, but first I'm gonna put the key in, let everything buzz, and I'm gonna go back and see if that pump's running. Oh yeah, you can hear it buzz along. Oh, and I'm leaking fuel. And that's the fitting that I just bought. And you see I got a leak at these brand new hoses that I just spent $100 on. I guess these ones are on the vacuum side, so I wouldn't be able to tell if they were leaking. Okay, and we're back. This time looks like no fuel leaks. I wouldn't be able to see it over there. Everything looks good. Sorry, okay. Let's give her a startup. Hello. I don't need that, but I don't have an automatic cold start. No, that doesn't seem to do anything actually. I got a big puff of smoke, and I'm not sure if that's something to be concerned about.